Okay, here we go. Yes.
So this is Moscow Metro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what was the first metro in the world?
No.
It was London Tube. Have you ever been to London?
No.
1863.
Yeah.
That's when the first underground appeared in the world. Yeah.
Yes.
So of course in Russia they were thinking about the metro. We have to do the same. You know, we don't want to be the last ones.
Yeah.
So the first plans to build the metro date back to the times of the Russian Empire. So the end of the 19th century. So they created projects. One of the metro stations was to be right on the Red Square, a big metro station, not an underground one, an overground one. But it was very expensive. Then the plans were postponed by two Russian revolutions, you know, 1905 and 1917.
Yeah.
You know, the Civil War. So that's why the metro was never built. But in the Soviet Union, in 1935, yeah, the metro was finally built. Because after the revolution, the capital from St. Petersburg was transferred back to Moscow. So the population of Moscow more than doubled. And the city was growing, and one morning the city just collapsed.
Wow.
Like now, you see traffic jams everywhere, cars are stuck in the traffic jams. It happened to Moscow of 1931. But, you know, maybe with horses, trams, something like that, not real cars, right?
Yeah.
So they decided that we need a solution, and they started building the metro in 1931. So can you guess what was the first line that was built? Of all
I'm trying to recall that video I've seen from your Belaruska, no?
No. We speak about colors.
The color. The red line?
Red line, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But it's also a tricky question because originally all lines were just like black, gray. They were not colorful.
Yeah.
They became colorful in 1953 when there was like a
Foreigner?
a lot of foreign students came for kind of like Olympic Games for students. And to facilitate the moving around the metro, these colors appeared. Lines became colorful. So originally, as you said, was the red line from Sokolniki station to Park Kultury station, connecting two big city parks.
Yeah.
Sokolniki, one of them, and this is Gorky Park, a famous one. Also the Kremlin, right here where we are now, right, Red Square. And here three railway stations, going to different trains, going to different directions. So it was like connecting important parts of the city. Now there are, God knows how many lines, 16 lines plus they connect like trains that go to the suburbs of Moscow. So it's constantly growing. Every year more and more new stations are being opened. In total they give almost like 400 kilometers altogether, more than 400 stations. And Moscow Metro is the fifth used metro in the world. 9 million people use metro every day.
Look, only
in Moscow, because
Moscow.
the population of Moscow is around 15 million people. And 9 million use the metro every day. It's by far the most popular way of transport because there are a lot of traffic jams, and when you're in metro, you know for sure at what time will you reach different parts of the city, and it's so big, you know. And now I want to show you the itinerary. When you're in the metro, the navigation is also not only up above you but also on the floor. So each line can be identified by the number, the color, and the name. Here we have the number and color. Line number 1, color red. Line number 2, green color. Line number 3, blue color. And these are the names of the stations.
How do you say this? Okhotny?
Охотный ряд.
Okay.
Театральная.
Площадь Revolution.
Площадь революции. It means Revolution Square. Revolution Square.
We're going down, right?
Of course. And
is this the deepest?
This is not the deepest.
I heard there's a deepest
Stand
metro
on this
underground.
side, please, because people can walk down. One of the deepest in Moscow is Park Победы, but it is a little bit outside of the city center. We're not going there. These stations are around 30-40 meter deep. The ones we are going to visit today.
So deep.
So they are doing some repairings to this escalator on this side. And while building the metro, Moscow architects, they had like two main goals. One of them was transportation. while decorating the metro, there were two goals, right?
Yeah.
To show how powerful and mighty the country was, the Soviet Union, because they created these so-called underground palaces, palaces for people, for workers and peasants. Because before the revolution, there were palaces only for the royalty, aristocracy, and now these are the palaces for people. And the second goal is like Soviet propaganda. Everywhere you will see the symbols of the Soviet Union. There were a lot of images of Lenin, Stalin, and this kind of things. So now we are at Revolution Square and film here. You can see that where it was built, March 13th, 1938. The names of all the architects, sculptors, all the people, all artists who participated in the creation of the station. So this station was built in 1938 and decorated with 76 bronze statues. These bronze statues aim to embody the glorious past of the Soviet Union, means the revolutionaries, people who fought for establishment of the Soviet regime, and the peaceful, like civilians, people who lived happily already after the revolution of the Soviet Union. These people with rifles, you see this one. And let's look at some of the statues. You see like this one. Just like a peasant, you see, who was fighting also together with the real soldiers.
They are peasants at the same time. They are soldiers. How come?
Yeah, well, I mean that everybody fought
they are
together,
armed.
They're armed. They're militia. So this is a very interesting statue because, of course, the sculptor Matthew Manizer needed models for his sculptures, right? So some of them became actually famous people. This one is called Olympii Rudakov.
Olympio.
Olympio Rudakov. And he was a sailor. So when he was the model, he was just a young student. He was like 20 years old. But after the war, the Second World War, 1941-1945, he became famous because he was a captain of the Russian battleship, Soviet battleship. And after the war in 1953, when Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain was crowned, they organized a military parade of the marine parade of the battleships of different countries, and the Soviet Union was also invited to that parade, to that celebration. So Olympii Rudakov was the captain of that ship. So apparently the Soviet crew was caught by a storm and they were running late. So when they arrived, finally, he managed to station the ship in the port only in 14-15 minutes. So it was very, very fast, when usually it would take like 1 hour, And he did it without the help of any worker of the port. So everybody was so impressed with his skills that Queen Elizabeth II gave him the first dance after the coronation.
Wow!
And the Churchill, he was also at the coronation. He was so angry, that he even left the celebration. And then, unfortunately, the next day they had to leave. But the Queen and her sister invited him to stay, and they wanted to show him around England, show them the castles, but he had to refuse and leave. This is a true story. You can search in Google, Queen Elizabeth, Olympii Rudakov. Very interesting.
Interesting indeed.
And this one is the most famous.
I saw it on YouTube.
You see, it's so bright. It's like almost even now because everybody's touching it. This is a frontier guard with his dog. That side. You can see they repeat. All statues repeat 4 times. Here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the other side. So they repeat 4 times.
Cool.
Also, you see like a girl, fighting.
She's peasant also.
She is a sniper. This is a decoration, like an award.
She's like Angelina Jolie.
For being a sniper. And after the revolutionaries, we have civilians, yeah, working for the prosperity of the country. Here you have an engineer, and you can see that the engineer has like a hole in his finger because he used to have a compass. But all the 4 compasses were stolen.
Stolen?
Yeah, because they were not fixed well and people just stole them.
Yeah.
This is a worker, right? A worker who was building the metro, metro builder.
Yeah.
But you can see that the worker is naked. You see, it's very cold underground.
Exactly.
Yeah, cold and wet. But why the worker is naked? That's the idea of the socialist realism. Yeah. If you are a worker, we are a nation of workers and peasants. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are involved in physical labor.
Yeah.
So if you are a worker, be proud of yourself because you are beautiful, your body is beautiful. And this is the idea of the social realism, to show all people very beautiful and strong and
You're
determined.
strong.
You see? So here we have like peasants, an agronomist, a farm woman, and let's take a look at this one. It's also all right.
Yeah.
Because also it attracts good luck, and people say it attracts money.
Yeah.
So this is the roof.
Really? Oh gosh.
We have students. Also, this guy became, he was famous.
Oh yeah.
This guy was famous because he was a champion of the Soviet Union in pole jumping.
Yeah, yeah.
You know pole jumping?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stick. So he was already famous. His name is Arkady Gidrat. But you know, when the Second World War started in 1941, he died in the region of St. Petersburg. And nobody found his body, and his body was not identified, he disappeared. And when he left to the war, his wife was pregnant. And his daughter never saw, she was born when he already died.
Yeah, yeah.
So she used to come to the metro to see her dad. Because she had never seen him alive. Yeah?
Okay, why he has a book?
As a student.
Ah,
A boy and a girl students.
okay.
But not so long ago, like in 2010 maybe, till now we have these excavations by different volunteer groups or researchers, and they still find the remains of people, yeah, and some things from the Second World War. They found a capsule with the name Arkady
What's that?
Gidrat, like a capsule, you know?
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Capsule. And they found him, you know, where he died, basically, because they found the capsule. And yeah, so his remains were reburied. You see. So these are students, and we have sportsmen. Also, everywhere you can see
Basically, they all look the same, aren't they?
similar.
Okay.
No, but they're different people because they were different people, models.
Yes, yes, yes. He's an Olympian, I guess. He's got a book.
Yeah, so this is the idea. And this is like the next generation, right? The bright future, the future of Soviet children, next generation. Yeah?
Yeah.
So this is the idea. We will go in this direction now. Also, we will go one stop. There you can see how many seconds there were since the last train left. So it left 1 minute 30 seconds ago, and it's coming again. So every like 2 minutes.
Very fast.
Very
Yeah.
fast.
Oh, sorry.
So here we are at Kurskaya metro station. Kurskaya is maybe not so impressively beautiful, yeah, but it has a very interesting story behind it. You know, during the years of the Second World War, 1941, 1945, Moscow metro was not only used as the mean of transport but also as a shelter, yeah. Moscow city was bombed, so people would go down here to hide from the bombing. Especially in 1941, yeah, when the war just began. So, like at 6 o'clock in the evening, the metro would stop the transportation, and all people would go down and hide here. So different metro stations were used as hospitals, yeah, as places to sleep. Some of them were even used like art galleries to cheer people up, you know, during the years of the war. what I was going to say, yeah, 219 babies were born in the underground during the years of the war, so they were used like as hospital for women. And I will show you the photo of this particular station, and you will tell me, maybe you can guess how this station was used. You can see that this is Kurska, yeah, the same station with the same decoration.
Yeah.
You can see. So what people are doing here?
They are delivering the babies?
No, people are reading.
Reading.
See?
Oh, I thought you said.
So people, yeah,
Yeah.
219 babies were born in the underground, yeah. But here you can see the library, the state library was also evacuated to the metro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people could pick up a book and read here, even when the city was bombed.
Now I understand. That's why they call it People's Palace.
People's Palace.
Yeah.
And you know,
It's a library. It's a hospital. It's a I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a meeting place.
Yeah, and since the metro was built in 1935, only for one day it stopped working.
Mm-hmm.
One day till now. It was also in 1941 in October when the enemy was so close to the city, was 30 kilometers away from the Kremlin, and there was a Moscow panic, the famous panic. People were panicking, the government was panicking. They started evacuating people, evacuated the things, valuable things. Even Lenin was evacuated from the mausoleum to Siberia. You know, all factories, all things were evacuated. And they stopped them. They closed the metro. They were going to flood it because they didn't want the enemy to take the metro, to make use of it. They even started cutting the electricity, like cables, the escalators. But then the panic stopped. They decided to stay. They decided to continue using the metro. So this was the only day when the metro didn't function.
Yeah.
You know? Do you remember the statues from Revolution Square? The famous one? Even the statues were evacuated. Each statue weighs 1 ton. So they were put here on the back, like inside the wagons, inside the platforms, and they were evacuated from Moscow. After the war, they were delivered back to Moscow and you know, put on the same places.
Wow.
Yeah, and I will show you something else, like the metro map. If you look at the metro map, you will see something. 2 parallel lines. They follow one each other. Why would they do something like that? They exactly repeat each other. Yep. Well, this one is a little, it's like a modern one. But you can see these lines, they go like parallel. The light blue and the dark blue.
Yeah.
That's because the light blue appeared first. And in between Smolensk and Arbatsk here, because the first lines, they are not deep at all. For example, some stations are 8 meters deep, you know?
Yeah.
And one of the bombs broke the ceiling, broke the ground, and fell right off the rail.
Oh.
So they decided that this line was not useful anymore. So they just froze it, they closed it, and built another one, a parallel one. And they started building the stations much deeper than they used to do in case of a nuclear war, right? Because there was a Cold War and everybody was preparing for the nuclear war. Yeah, eventually when this kind of western district of Moscow grew a lot, they decided to use both lines, right? And I will show you something else. Look here, do you see something here? Like a metal door or something? This is a hermetic door. Each, or almost each station, used to have such a hermetic door. So when it's closed, it seals the station.
Okay.
And you can say...
Now it's gone.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe it's gone, yeah. I think it's not in use anymore. This is not this station. It's this station called Universitet, means university, red line. So they were created in case of a nuclear war, so people could hide here.
Oh, wow.
And we're now going to change the line. We are going from the dark blue to this circular line where all the most beautiful metro stations are.
This circular line, they are like literally rotating, am I right?
Yeah,
or no?
The train goes
Circling.
so you can stay all day there.
Yeah, you go round and round. I was like, it's
Yeah.
the highest underground metro I've been in.
Interested in snow, photos, activities, husky. This is not important for them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new train.
What's that?
A new train.
Yeah, it looks
Nice
new.
one.
What is this? Ah, this is Komsomolskaya. Wow. I like it. Wow. I just see this on YouTube. Now I'm looking at it.
So, when you come here, I think you will be on the red line because your line is red line.
Yeah.
So you'll come directly to the red line.
Yeah.
And you will not see all of that, it's a little bit different. But what you will have to do is follow the sign that says Leningradsky, right? You will follow the arrow showing the direction. That's where you will have to go, okay?
Leningrad. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, you see 3. Leningradsky,
Are you telling
Yaroslavsky,
me when I go
Kazansky.
to-
When you go,
yes, yes.
you will not be on this station. You will be on the red line. It's just they are interconnected.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So you have to look for this one,
Yeah.
showing you where you have to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Vladimir Lenin again here, yeah, because he's the national hero.
Wow, it's nice.
But this station is the most beautiful, probably because people coming from different parts of Russia
Yeah.
by railway. That's the first thing that they see. They go down to the metro because they need to go to different parts of the city and they see this. Yeah, this station is decorated with 8 mosaics.
Yeah.
And they represent the fight of Russian people against the overseas invaders, mostly like overseas invaders who were coming to Russia. And they are situated in the chronological order. Let's start with this one. This is 13th century Alexander Nevsky. Neva, like the river in St. Petersburg, Alexander of Neva. He fought against the Crusaders. So mostly, this is the religion. Yeah? We are all Christians, both Orthodox and the Catholics, but, you know, still they were fighting.
Yeah.
So that was 13th century. Let's take a look at this one. This is, come here. Here. This is the 14th century. You know, Russia for 300 years was invaded by Mongols.
Yeah.
By
Mongols?
Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan, yeah. And Russian people had to pay the tribute to the Mongols and be responsible like to them, you know. So they would choose who will be the prince here, prince there. And Dmitry Donskoy, the one of course, he started to fight Mongols. 1380 was the first victory over Mongols. Yeah, almost even more than 100 years after Russia was actually invaded by Mongols. So he is considered to be also a national hero, as well as Alexander Nevsky, Dmitry Donskoy. Let's take a look at the next mosaic.
Komsomolskaya. Yeah, I'm trying to recall.
This one you know already where it is. It is Red Square. You can see the Tower of the Kremlin, the St. Basil's Cathedral. And maybe you remember in front of the St. Basil's Cathedral there is a monument to 2 men.
Yeah.
Right in front of the cathedral there is a monument. These 2 men, they are on horses. So they basically saved Russia from the Polish invasion. There was a Polish invasion at the beginning of the 17th century, so-called times of troubles. And these people organized a militia, volunteer army, and they fought the Polish, they were expelled. And the second royal dynasty was chosen, they were the Romanovs, they became the rulers. Yeah? Minin and Požarsky, and this is the 17th century.
You never tired of talking?
Do you want me to keep calm?
No, I mean you don't have to become more detailed. Just basic information, general information.
General. This is then the 18th century, end of 18th, beginning of 19th.
Yeah.
Alexander Suvorov fighting against the French. Because we can see the French Alps there. And eventually we are coming to the 19th century. Napoleon came to Moscow, you know. Moscow was burned down by Russians themselves.
Who? Napoleon?
Napoleon.
He's French, right?
He's French, yeah. Before he came, Russians burned down the city, so that when he came, the city was already devastated.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And then he had to leave because this cult started, you know, like now.
What?
Yeah, and this is Lenin. So this is the 20th century. But Lenin did not fight against the overseas invaders. This is the original mosaic. Not Lenin, but Stalin. Stalin was replaced by Lenin in 1961 because there was de-Stalinization. Stalin was accused
Try to
of
remove
bad
him.
deeds, killing a lot of people, sending people to labor camps, you know.
Okay.
So he was removed from everywhere.
Okay.
Almost on every station you could see Stalin, but now you cannot. And this is a very famous day in the whole world. This is the Victory Day. You see the Soviet soldiers standing on swastikas under their feet. It means the victory in the Second World War. And this is the last one. This woman representing Russia. We also call her Mother Russia.
Yeah, why I've been hearing it sometimes they said I'm going to Mother Russia. Why are they saying that?
I don't know, this is like
They
a
always say
concept.
mother. I was thinking maybe because mother, as Russia is big, is that?
We say motherland, mother.
Oh.
It's Russia is feminine, so that's why it's represented by women. You see, and this is the real monument in the city of Stalingrad. You see, it's 87 meters tall. These are people, so it's very, very huge.
I think I saw this one in other part of Russia.
It's in Stalingrad. Now the city is called Volgograd.
Okay.
It's situated on the river Volga, and it's where the bloodiest battle of the Second World War took place. It was a turning moment when the Soviets stopped retreating and started going back to Europe, you know. And this is a monument representing that.
But I think I saw a statue of same like this on YouTube also. More monks.
Murmansk, Alyosha.
It's
It's
the
a
same.
man. No, it's different. That one is a man.
But it's almost the same, right?
I will show you Alyosha.
Because I was thinking, I was hoping I'll be able to see the, what do you call that? The northern.
Lights. This one is Alyosha. Soldier.
Not in Murmansk.
This one is in Murmansk.
No, the one, I thought it's in Murmansk. Yeah, you're right. I confused again.
Not so long ago, people, they're Turkish.
So where are we? What station is it?
It is called Komsomolskaya. It's just the name of the street over the metro.
I like looking at this train when they move.
And it is decorated with this beautiful stained glass windows. Look, you see, it's much smaller. It looks very cozy.
Yeah.
It's not like a palace, it's more like a temple, right?
Yeah.
Temple, why? Because it's decorated with these stained glass windows. They're typical of Catholic churches.
Yeah.
Right? So they were actually created by artists who used to work in Catholic churches in Riga. Riga is the capital of Latvia, was part of the Soviet Union. So they invited them to create this. But instead of the images of the saints, we have the images of really working people, because, you know, religion in the Soviet Union was prohibited. Yeah, it was an atheist state.
Now I'm scared.
Yeah.
Back then, now.
Yeah, now.
But now, what?
The
Until
religion,
now,
you
don't
can
tell.
see it's come back. You can see churches again everywhere. And,
Yeah,
more
I
and
saw
more
those
churches are
churches.
being built.
I saw those churches are
Workers,
big.
Peasants, you know, two most important representatives of the Soviet Union, workers and peasants. And the most important mosaic of the station, it is written in Russian language, "Мир во всем мире." Mir in our language means peace and also world. So it's both.
Mir is peace.
Peace.
Peace is mir is peace in Russian.
Yes, and also world. It's the same word. World peace, world mir and peace mir, depending on the meaning. And it has all symbols of the Soviet Union together. You see the star in the background, hammer, sickle, the wheat, also one of the symbols. This woman, yeah, like
It's Mother Russia.
like Mother Russia, yeah, and white doves that represent peace. Yeah, but this is not the original one. The original is, of course, our Stalin, yeah, which is here, our friend, and this was the one who brought peace to the world, yeah, and to the Second World War. And as I said, in 1960s, by Nikita Khrushchev, his follower, he was erased from everywhere. So he ordered to remove Stalin and put the doves.
Yeah, symbol of peace.
Symbol of peace.
Mir is the card also, right?
Yeah. And we are going also one station further. Here, next one is going to be Belaruska. You know Belaruska.
Yeah.
I don't know which one you chose. You took the green one or the circle one.
Let me recall. I don't know. I don't even.
You will see now, maybe.
You know, I just kept asking people who's with me. I told them Belaruskaya. Okay, it's like they said, where I stop, you follow.
Yeah.
So I trust them. So I follow them. But there's a time that we will be departed. You know, too much people rush, blah blah blah. I'll go bother another person.
Uh-huh.
I'll get okay. I need to go to this place. You know, there's this one guy. What is?
Organizes this kind of online activities and also offline activities for the retired people, so they can entertain themselves. You know? Yeah, they learn different languages: English, Spanish, even Chinese, German, Portuguese.
I thought they want to learn this in that way to earn money.
Yeah, so of course people do learn Spanish and English and a lot of languages, but this was particularly with this group of retired people. This station is called Mayakovskaya. Here with tiny letters, it's written Mayakovskaya, after poet Vladimir Mayakovsky. And you see, it's like it looks modern, right? It looks modern. But
Yeah,
it was
it
also
looks.
built in
It looks like a
1938.
hotel.
Yeah, nice hotel. But it was also built in 1938. But the style is called Art Deco, so it's modern style. And in 1939, it got the first prize, Grand Prix, on the exhibition of modern arts in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is world famous, you know.
Yes.
station.
Did you say that it was built 1938?
Yes.
On that same
Exactly.
model?
Yes.
Same? So it means they preserve it until now?
And as I told you, the war started in 1941 or 41, and this station, a lot of people gathered to celebrate the 24th anniversary of the Great October Revolution. It's a photo. You see, Stalin gave a speech here on this station. These are people listening to him.
Oh, Stalin.
Yeah, after that, people just were hiding here in the war. That's how it used to look, like bomb shelters, you see. This is this very station.
Wow.
Because this station is also one of the deepest stations. And you can
How
see
deep?
it's around 30 something meter deep. 34 maybe. The ceiling is decorated with 20 mosaics that are called the flowers of the Soviet sky. So these are like windows into the sky. kind of things. These are windows into the sky.
Yeah.
To remind us, because we are underground. Yeah, to
Windows.
remind
Yes,
us.
yes. At the same time, people don't feel like they are suffocated.
Yeah.
So because they're already
Underground.
subway,
Yeah.
they want to feel like they're outside.
Yeah. Actually, one of the reasons why the metro was not built at the very beginning, in the 19th century, because people were very religious.
Yeah.
And they were afraid to go underground because it's going to hell.
Yeah.
So people were like scared.
Yes. Yes. Going to the hell now.
Yeah. These sunflowers like Moscow. Apple trees. And the last one is like every 9th of May we have military parade, we have a aero parade, planes, they fly over Red Square and do different figures. And
Yeah.
here they're saying like CCCP, USSR.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is Mayakovskaya.
Mayakovskaya.
Yeah, Mayakovskaya. You see meaning yeah, the ending means it's feminine. Stanция, station,
Yeah, it's too
feminine,
much.
Mayakovskaya.
Yeah.
Meaning.
And it looks inverted R.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Why it's invented R, one letter only, and it's ya.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Also you say
Ya means
yeah,
I. Yeah.
just one letter.
Yeah. I was funny because I was looking some basic Russian language before coming here. This guy, he said I means R, opposite of R.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And the you, ты.
Yeah, yeah.
We have this sound that's like
Yeah.
It's, we have E
Yeah.
and so we say ты. Each language has some weird sounds.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. I even know how to
Actually,
write. I even now know how to write my name in Russian. I studied before I left. It's easy. I just you have to know the what do you call that, the Cyrillic.
Cyrillic,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, then it's like it's close. It
Yes.
looks almost the same.
Also every year I do virtual tours
Yeah.
like this